So, episode 128, Saturday morning, crack of
Yes.
dawn. And,
Crack ass a dawn.
And Sandy's making 15 cups of coffee.
You know, when you have a cup like this, you kind of have to make
Gang, son.
a bunch.
Hey, Sandy.
What's up, Carlos?
What are we doing?
Recording season 3 of Off Your Flosser podcast.
Already? What do we want the people to do?
Find us. YouTube, Apple Podcast, we're everywhere. Like, follow, subscribe.
And go floss yourselves.
And go floss yourselves. You have yours in a fancy cup. So this was my Christmas present, but because I guess it was personalized, it took a lot longer to get, so I got it Wednesday. So a few days ago. And I was like, well, that's so nice. You just got this random gift for me. And then she was like, oh, that's your Christmas present. I was like, oh, yeah, I totally forgot.
She ordered
anyway,
it like in November. So
she actually did. And that's the issue with China or whatever company.
That's El Nino for you.
Yeah, 45 years ago.
You know what? What bothers me is, the El Nino means the child, the male child.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How do you equate that to a devastating, life-taking storm?
Do you remember you as a toddler? Because
I never killed anybody.
Are you
not that I know of.
I mean, do you maybe have repressed memories of that one time in Puerto Rico?
You know.
Oh, well, you weren't born.
No, I wasn't born there. I spent very little time there. I spent one time maybe 6 hours there. I flew from Guantanamo Bay in Cuba in the back of a cargo plane.
As a baby?
Right? No. As an adult. Wasn't smuggled into the country, dude. I was born in New Jersey.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because we went from El Nino, which is a baby, to the back of a cargo plane, and I'm like, did they put you in a dog kennel?
We talked about Puerto Rico for a second.
Yeah.
And my wife was still active duty.
I got you.
She just had our daughter. And so I had to fly from Jersey to Virginia, where she was in the hospital, right?
Okay.
Actually, she wasn't born yet. She was about to be born. And then I had to go get some sign for some stuff on the base in Guantanamo Bay. Gitmo.
Oh my gosh. So you had to go blip, blop,
I had to take a military flight straight to the base. And then coming back, I had to get in the back of a cargo plane and sit alongside the side. Because there's no seats.
Yeah,
it's not
I've seen that on
27B.
On like one of those military like action movies where they're all on the sides.
You know what else they don't have on these planes? Insulation.
Oh yeah, so you probably hear everything. You're probably freezing your buns off.
Oh, I was in they give you like earplugs, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt. I was like 22 maybe.
Yeah,
and
you were a tough guy.
Freezing. Yeah. You know, when you do the t-shirt, like when your survival thing, you put your t-shirt, your knees in your t-shirt.
Oh, that's what I did. Remember when I said we were lost in the woods?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we did. We pulled our t-shirt,
And, I'm trying to doze off, but you're in with your back's against the thing. Anyway,
and your
it was
teeth
uncomfortable.
are chattering.
But it was only maybe 90 minutes, if that. But I was on the ground just enough to sign the thing and then turn around and go back.
Oh my gosh. So did they
I landed in the morning and then I took the afternoon flight out.
Didn't they have like PDFs where you could just put your signature in there and send it back via email?
This was 92, son. They didn't have that shit back then.
No intranet?
What did they have? I mean, they had cell phones and they were trash.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those gray Motorola's. What was your first cell phone?
It was a black Motorola. You gotta flip this down.
Yeah.
Put the antenna up. Hey girl, hey, look at my new phone. I'm so cool.
And 20 minutes later, it's dead.
And then you're texting beep boop boop boop, beep boop 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 boop. That was just 2 letters. Beep boop boop beep boop boop.
Yeah, it took forever. Yeah,
Yes.
man. In our lifetimes, technology has evolved, so it's just
These
absolutely
kids these
ridiculous.
days, they have it made. They don't have to go through 3 numbers just to get a letter. I mean, come on.
I'm not trying to be weird, right? But if I was in 5th grade, right, and I had a computer in my pocket,
yes,
and I could pull up pictures of boobs whenever I wanted, I would never get anything done.
And you would have got a perfect score on every single test.
I wouldn't have done anything. I don't, it was...
You would have
flunked out. Look for entertainment back then. You know what I mean? Now it comes to you, and it's not enough for these kids. You know,
you like pick up your parents' mattress, and hopefully there's a Hustler in there. Oh, that's hilarious.
Magazines. I haven't seen a magazine in I don't know how long. They still make them, right?
Yeah, we still get the. So speaking of magazines, like my RDH magazine, the Dimensions of Dental Hygiene, like those are all, I don't get those anymore in paper form. They are online. So yeah, like let's do away with paper, save the trees, But
I like paper stuff, man. I
do.
Turning a page,
Yeah, but here's the thing with me, and I started book club and I was a purist. I was a diehard. I have to have the book in my hands, the pages turning by my fingers. Like, I have to do that. But this is how I would read books. I'd be like, read a paragraph and go, oh crap, I zoned out. Let me read that again. And I would have to read the paragraph again. So I finally said, you know what? I'll try freaking Audible. I hate myself for even thinking that, but let's try it. And it was amazing because somebody is telling you a story. And I do it when I'm driving. I have a 45-minute to an hour drive depending on where I'm going. So somebody is telling me a story. And if it's a good book, I'm like really into the story. So it was like the clouds parted and the sunshine rays of blessings just fell upon my face. And I... love
You're a better person
now.
because of it?
Yeah, I've read, air quotes, I've read like 10 books since I got Audible less than 6 months ago. So
I'm not trying to burst your bubble, but I think that's the same. I know
what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Hey, I read a book on the Civil War. I watched the movie called The Blue and the Gray. Yeah.
But is your movie 15 hours long? Because that's how long some of these books are.
Okay. All right. Well.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And you still have to visualize everything. Like it's not fed to you through video. So you still have to voice imagine. Acting,
or is it just a dude reading?
A little, yeah. And sometimes they'll have a little background noise, like music or
leaves or something.
Action or something. Yeah. Like there's a part in the last book I read which was really good. It was called Codename Verity, and it was about a female pilot during World War II.
Unrealistic.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you.
That was a sham. Women didn't fly planes.
Female
what
pilots.
The heck?
They couldn't figure out all the gadgets and doodads.
Yeah, they would get so distracted by the pretty flashing lights. They can't fly a plane.
Dude, they have. I think the world speed land speed holder in a car is a woman.
No, you go check your facts because women can't drive. You know that.
No, they can go in a straight line.
Oh, okay. I guess it could be true.
This is so sexist. We're gonna get canceled.
We're gonna get what's that? Hate mail.
if we got canceled, I think it's just a matter of just somebody just saying, you know what, we hate all podcasts. We're just gonna shut them all down.
Yeah, because why measly old us? Who would?
Let's stop. Let's start with the top number 4 dental podcast of all time.
Yes, of 2020.
Yeah,
COVID year.
With those two idiots.
Yeah, they present no value. Yeah. But anyway, so she was a female pilot during World War II. Her friend, they were flying somewhere in a broken plane, and her friend had to jump out. Her friend was a female cohort. We'll just say that.
You said cohort.
Cohort. They worked together. They were friends. Yes, like a little bit of both. They worked together.
But more than friends, or like girlfriends?
Oh, no.
Or no?
I mean, in the very loosest terms of girlfriend, like, hey, girlfriend, that kind. Not like...
Oh, not Netflix and chill.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Anyway.
You sort of painted it like they were a couple. And she's like, you go and I'll crash the plane
I didn't want to give anything away. So I was trying to find a good way to put it without, divulging
our listeners don't read. Don't worry about it.
Our listeners are a certain level of intelligence.
That's so rude. I'm gonna have to.
That is horrible because we love our listeners, and we've done is bashed women, which dental hygiene is mostly women, and now we're questioning their IQ, and we sincerely apologize. We probably have to go on social media and issue an apology
if they know us.
And I'll say that, regretfully, the choice of verbiage was not thoughtful, and we apologize in advance for episode 128 coming out Friday.
We're going to drop it anyway.
I'm going to do it.
Let me tell you something.
As soon as we get off here, I'm totally going to release a statement.
If you can't understand the tongue-in-cheek, sarcasm...
Oh, they do. They do.
So that's what I'm saying. All right.
They totally know. Hello. Hey, Carlos.
I don't want somebody quoting us or me specifically.
It will be on NBC News or something. He's too... But Carlos, I don't know if you noticed it or not, which, I mean, it's okay if you didn't, but I am a woman. So I'm being self-deprecating,
That's all I'm saying.
You suspected?
I had strong suspicions, but
yeah.
No, of course, dude. I'll say this as a hygienist in the dental streets of this great country for well over 20 years.
Yes,
I'm part of the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes.
Which is I don't know. Maybe it bothers me a little bit when I hear. Then again, I don't really care what you call yourself, but the term Guygenist is just creating division. So you know what I mean? It's just creating division in my mind. I'm kind of old school. You either are or you're not. So you're a hygienist or you're not. You know what I mean?
So you'd rather be a hygienist?
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, so the book is good. That was my point. Okay. I know we got on this strange little tangent.
Weird tangent.
But the point was, this book was so good, and there's a part of the book where she's singing, and in the audiobook, she actually sings. Whereas if I were reading it, it would just be in italicized, and I would just be like using happy birthday rhythm or something. I don't know.
Right.
But it was not happy birthday. So that was my point. The audiobooks, I think it is cheating. Don't get me wrong. However, you're still having to imagine what's going on versus watching a movie where they give it all to you. And they leave out parts. I feel like everybody but you's already on Audible, but I could be wrong.
No, I'm not. I did listen to, and this is childish, so forgive me. I want to apologize in advance. I listened to a Wolverine from the comic books podcast, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was a story of him in Alaska trying to hide out, and then he got discovered, and da-da-da-da-da, right?
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Because they would do the voice acting, and the Wolverine guy would sound like that, and then the agents were coming to get him, and you could hear sound effects and stuff, and I was like, this is like listening to a movie that's very, very detailed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And then so it's just one narrator for the most part reading the book, and she will change her voice to match different characters. I guess, for ease of listening, that sort of thing. Anyway, that was my point. Audible is awesome now. I have let go of some of my purism, and I'm in Audible. Yeah. Yeah, I let go of a lot of that a long time ago.
Dude, we talked about nothing. We started off talking about Audible maybe 13 minutes ago, and we went around the block like 3 times in just dumb directions, and And you're welcome.
I mean,
ladies
that's how we get our best listeners, because they're crazy and zany and ADHD like us.
I forget that I'm going to RDH Under One Roof.
When is that?
We'll see, July.
Yeah.
July 23rd is the day that I'm on.
We have like 3 weeks before. Oh no, like 2.5 weeks before we're gonna be together again.
Dude, we gotta stir the pot and interview some people. So if anybody's listening and you're gonna be at Smiles at Sea in Miami in a couple weeks and you want to get on the podcast, we can do this.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Dude, I got the new iPhone, and it has what I thought.
You are always getting something new. Apple.
I got it around Christmas time.
Oh, okay.
So when you take a picture,
I already heard about. Okay.
You tap the thing, right? The screen, and you can zoom in, but of course you can zoom out and go wide angle.
Oh.
So we can do a video, and I have a little thing and a little tripod. We can set it up. Yeah. And I even have a little mic thing, and we can plug that thing in and use that to IV people, interview. IV, that sounds kind of creepy. So yeah, let's do that. So we're not gonna do it all the time, but we can.
Yeah, let's do that. A couple weeks away, we're gonna rock out. Happening. Martell's got an event thing going. We should do an event too.
You know, mean like impromptu or plan something.
Just put an event on our page that says, be on OYF or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway,
what we could do is just post up in the hallway and just run up to people and just get them on the street.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But can I update on my housing situation?
Nothing bad, I hope.
No, I mean, so the board of directors of it, we're using a smaller bank, and the board of directors, they had to have a majority say yes. The guy from the bank calls me and he goes, okay, we had one yes right away. The next day we had 2 yeses, and then we had a no. And I go, what? So anyway, so then he called a few people, sent out some other emails, and then the next day he called me and he said, okay, we've got 6 out of 10, that's majority, so I'll start the paperwork. And I was like, okay, yay. So loan is approved. But camper done? No. House done? Ready to sell? No. So now it's like, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go paint. And John's going to put fans in the camper and the lights in the camper. Ugh, yeah.
I'll say this. You didn't get an agent, right? Do you have a friend agent?
So
that can look at it? Dude, I'm telling you, people are selling shacks for top dollar.
I know, and I called it
Don't go crazy is what I'm saying.
No, I just want it clean, and I want our stuff out. That's it.
That's all anybody expects. No leaks.
But John did paint the garage because it needed it, and I washed windows and stuff. So fine, I have a cleaning lady coming to do all the little things that I would have never thought of, like baseboards, windows, kitchen cabinets,
shampoo
all that
the
stuff.
Carpets and get the hell out of there.
Yeah. So, but I did talk to an appraiser, and I asked him, I said, well, maybe we should get an appraisal. I told him all about the house. He looked it up online. He looked at comps in the area, and he said that our asking price is probably on the higher end of what he would suggest asking for it. So we dropped it down $10,000, and I think that's where we're going to post it at. So maybe people will fight over it.
You want to make it enticable, but not
enticable.
You don't want to give it away.
Some people are doing like, I'm in a home buying and selling group, and then I'm in a home building group. Anyway, they were saying that some people were submitting offers above asking and waiving the appraisal and waiving inspections.
That's insanity.
I know. I don't know how to do that, but
I don't know. You can doll anything up. You know what I mean? You put lipstick on a pig.
Lipstick on a pig. Yep, that's what I was gonna say. So there's my home building, home selling saga.
Hey, real quick, I saw a thing on, I think it was TikTok, and it was home inspection pictures that I can't delete from my phone because how crazy they are, right?
Oh.
And one of them was like underneath the sink in the kitchen. You know where you have the down tube and it has a little U in it. Somebody had Jimmy rigged and cut up a 2-liter bottle to connect the pipes with like duct tape, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Right?
Do they not have a Home Depot?
I don't know what kind of insanity. Gosh. Why would you not use a piece of hose or something?
Like what it's made for.
How much is pipe? You can buy
an elbow for
$5.
You think it was a Mountain Dew bottle?
You know what? I think it might be. Mountain Dew bottles are green, right?
Yep.
And then there was a vent on a roof in between these tiles, right? The guy lifted the whole vent and tiles, ceiling, roof shingles, and there was no opening. It was just a fake vent for some reason, and just little things like this, and you're like, what the hell? Oh, and the one that made me laugh the most, there's somebody customized this bathroom sink, right? And then they had the faucet, and instead of a faucet, it was a seashell, and they had water pouring out of the front of the seashell, like a legit, not a seashell looking thing, a freaking seashell. Somebody rigged it up somehow, and it was pouring water out of it. That's insanity. Like a giant ass conch shell. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So just be careful, is all I'm saying.
Hey, Carlos, that was my bathroom.
There was nothing weird.
Be careful what you say. We just have a thing about the sea and beaches. We just loved it so much.
How did you get that picture?
Well, what we found out is in our current home, and I guess maybe this is a normal thing, but the bathroom, the shower bath, fiberglass, it's all one piece. We were going to replace it, and then we discovered they built the house around it. Like, you would have to cut it in pieces to get it out the doors. There are 2 doors that are the same size. You can't get it out. And I was like, why would they do that? But when we went to look at plumbing fixtures, it's all one-piece bathtub, and she said this has to be decided like before they start like getting drywall and stuff up. And I was like, oh, so I guess maybe that is a thing. I know what you're doing.
No. I was just thinking. I wasn't pretending.
I thought you were faking. I thought you were faking
for some reason.
Faking Frozen again. Not the Let It Go kind, but
the yeah, I guess you gotta have all that stuff, but then there's gotta be a way to replace that stuff if you need to replace something, right?
Take a door frame and all that out, I guess. I don't know.
Man, who's doing all that? Dude?
I mean, we measured, and it was like, there is no way that they got this into and or out of a doorway.
No big windows or anything that you could...
Not in the bathroom, no. Maybe they did it before they put the roof on. No.
Just dropped it from the...
Yeah.
They're building a house in my neighborhood.
Beep, 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 beep.
Down the street, right? And they have one of those construction dumpsters with like wood and stuff. And I kind of want to go talk to the guys. I'm like, hey man, can I just pick through here, see if there's any?
Yeah, because it's like $48 for a block of wood these days.
Shit, it's ridiculous, dude. My desktop, I think I bought it. I want to say a week or 2 ago.
Yeah. And
I want to say it was $39 for this giant panel of plywood, right?
Yes.
Pine
30,
something.
It was $35 here. And John said they used to be like $8 or $9 or something like that.
I go last night.
Crazy. Yeah.
To get some more stuff for a couple more flags. And I see the same thing, $43. It went up $5 in 2 weeks.
Like you blinked and...
What the hell's going on? And some of the nicer plywood is like $60, $70 a sheet. So you better be dead on with your measurements, dude. You
right?
Can't be monkeying
no
around.
waste. No waste at all.
Yeah, I'm excited, man, about this thing in Miami, dude. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be fun. Like I can't lie though. There's the part of me that is like, I got so much to do. Whew. I went to Texas to see Big Tuna, and while I was there, I didn't think about much, like having to do with the house, the camper, and all that stuff. I just focused on squeezing baby cheeks, like squishy cheeks and giving them love-ins. And I'm like, okay, now I got to get back to work. I got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. And I'm like, man, I wish I could take a week off work just to focus on this stuff. But let's just say we're down. Like, we are understaffed right now. So I'm pretty much balls to the wall, like work, 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 work. Like, I have admin time where
like
I don't. Yes. Work, 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 work. That was my Rihanna impression.
That was horrible.
But I work. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's why I'm doing a podcast, not singing. But I work 10-hour days, Mondays and Tuesdays. I work 8-hour days with an hour drive on Wednesdays. I work from home on Thursdays. It's my administration time. And then I work 10 hours in clinic on Fridays.
Damn, son.
I know. I'm working 4.5 days in clinic, which is, 44 hours. Whew. So once this house is paid off, I'm going to be like, see ya. And the biggest reason it's like this right now is because of COVID. Because my other job, I was in clinic a couple days a week, and then I was admin the other 2 days. And my major responsibilities were communication with all of the mobile settings that we go to, mobile facilities that we go to make sure everything's going well, managing, staff that go to these places and stuff like that. So now that, mobile is pretty much out of commission until we, get some things back to the way they used to be. We're slowly getting there, but until then, I'm in clinic. But one hygienist left and went to a pedo practice. Another hygienist is out for a couple weeks. And we are just understaffed with hygienists. So am I going to go back to my old job? I have no idea. But
doesn't sound like it, not for the short term, at least,
Yeah, but ugh. Anyway, so those are the issues. And I know, we'll talk about dental for a minute. Why not? It's sort of a dental podcast. But hygiene right now is hot, hot, hot. Like, people, I guess because the graduates, a lot of them were pushed off a few months. So dental offices are scrambling to find hygienists, us included. So you're getting, top dollar for your hygienist. So people are leaving where they might have been for years because Joe Blow across the street is paying them $8 more an hour because they need somebody so bad,
Well,
so it's a shortage right now. And, and people like to say, I know in some groups they were saying it's because we like to sit at home and get unemployment, but I don't necessarily think that's true. I think it's because of, sure, some of them are. And some of them are still immunocompromised, so they can't be out in this type of field. But I want to work. And unemployment does not give me enough, nor does it contribute to my IRA account, my retirement account. So why would I sit at home collecting this money that I'm going to have to pay taxes on later unless I had it taken out? There's no way that I would make as much sitting at home. And I would be bored. But my house would be clean. That's true.
Yeah. Get caught up on that sleep, son.
Well, I could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let me think about it. No.
Well, I don't know. I think this is for me. I got a little bit more time in it than you. I came into dental in 87, right?
Yes.
And I want to say 85 is when all the new protocols with
or it was like early
and
80s.
all that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they started, we wore surgical gloves. You remember the kind that come in a paper thing? You got to unfold them and
they're sterile. Yeah.
And they eventually went to the box ones, but I mean, I remember doing that for chairside. I was an assistant, right? And my whole career was sandwiched between that and COVID. Yeah. And then everything kind of just changed again. And I'm like, you know what? Tapping out. Let somebody else take over.
Yeah.
And so I can't be the only one that was, maybe I don't want to say looking for a way out or trying to do something different, or their age or their health or just their interests or just their love for it was starting to wane. Well, whatever your reason.
Or if they were close to retirement, like, oh, I might work another year and then be done. I know a lot of people in Lighthearted, they were saying, you know what? I'm just going to retire now. So I feel like, I mean, the tables have flipped a little bit because we were saturated. And wages, wages started to dwindle a little bit. But now, I mean, people are asking a lot more, not to mention the risk involved. Like, for example, at my job, there are lots of people on the behavioral health side. We have behavioral health, medical, dental. And a lot of them can work from home and do like telehealth. But in the dental field, you cannot do that. So you are out there in the field in all of this aerosol risk. And
in the belly of the beast, I don't want to say the belly of the beast, but you know what I'm saying. In probably the most
in the mouth
potentially infectious area that you could be is sitting 12 to 18 inches away from somebody's face hole.
So people don't want to be in that situation, so should we have gotten hazard risk pay? I believe yes. But at any rate, now there's a shortage because those who could not work in that environment are not. Those who don't want to work in that environment are not. And those who were getting ready to retire are not. New students that were supposed to graduate back in May, they got pushed to like October, November, whatever. So there's a shortage.
That's got to be financially devastating to students. Because I know I was married and I had a little kid and one on the way.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to get my fat ass to work immediately.
Yeah.
And I remember it being stressful because you're like, what if we don't pass the boards? Now you got to worry about, are they going to let us take the board?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know what the answer is. But all I know is that some of them kids got to be just stressed out to death because not everybody's, 22 living at home, and about to, some people are married and, have responsibilities. Right. They're a little bit older. They got things to do. It's already a struggle to go to school. And now this is happening. So it's very disruptive. Yeah. This whole COVID thing has just been ridiculous.
Yeah. And I can see things are turning a little bit. Like the CDC relaxed the 6 foot social distancing down to 3. And that sort of thing. So I can see things starting to wane a little bit. And I don't think everything's going to wane completely. I think we're always going to be wearing, maybe not N95s, but we're going to be wearing face shields and scrub caps and, things like that. And I'm okay with that. Like, I haven't really had any issues doing that. But what I was going to do is compare the AIDS epidemic back then to the COVID pandemic now. With AIDS, you added gloves, which is a huge thing. Because you think about it, your textile
sensitivity.
Yeah, your tactile. Sorry. Yes, sensitivity is decreased. And it's basically you have to get used to that and then covering your face and things like that. Whatever was added back then, I feel like we're just kind of adding a couple extra things like the shield and the N95 versus level 3. There's getting used to that, but for the most part I feel it was a bigger adjustment back then just because of the mainly the gloves. I mean, it's you lose feeling.
I had instructors there be like, I remember doing it barehanded, and I'm like, I can't even imagine.
I wouldn't put like the bloodiest SRP. You think about it, and you're like, you would have done that barehanded. And what if you slipped and like cut your finger? And now you got blood all up in your blood. And that's my worst nightmare.
Like with dogs and clean up dog mess or whatever. If I have gloves on, I can clean anything.
Right.
But
what if your finger poked through the?
Get away from me. You know what I mean?
No, thank you.
I don't know. It's crazy. But a lot of people don't realize how. I mean, we when you've done it a long time, it's easy. It's second nature. You don't really think about it.
Yeah.
But the potential for stuff to go wild is there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, in a split
you don't know what
second.
People are coming in, which is why you practice universal precautions and you treat everybody like they got damn anthrax. You know what I'm saying? And
all up in their grill.
You know, and I would tell patients, I'm like, we're done with your X-rays. We got to wipe it down for the next guy or whatever, because you never know. They're like, it's good. I wanted to see that, so thank you.
Well, yeah, because they want that for them. So, of course, you know, showing them that you're doing it.
And I go, no offense, but we got to treat everybody like they're coming in hot, you know? And they're like, yeah, dude, whatever you got to do, man. And you see all that plastic you're sitting on, all this tape and all that. So I always found that infection control, doing it, but also demonstrating to the patient is important for their comfort level. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not like a dirty fork at a restaurant. You see a dirty instrument, head's got to roll. I mean, that's that's unacceptable. You know what I mean?
It does make you want to take your own silverware to restaurants.
My daughter-in-law, she brings her own. She has like a little package of like plastic forks and spoons and shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't bring plastic though. That's if I'm gonna cut a steak, I ain't doing it with a plastic fork or knife.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a little much. I wipe everything down, but how many mouths have those forks been in?
No joke.
If you think about it, right?
Ugh. Yeah, and some of those mouths were in your office getting a deep cleaning a month ago.
Oh, or when. Or that chocolate cheesecake, you know, like that cheesecake with the chocolate goo on top. You know, how many people are licking the hell out of that spoon hard? And
let's just say
you are 2 days later trying to eat some soup. Ugh, so gross, man.
So now that we've ruined your life today, guys, you'll never look at restaurants the same.
Let's be honest. But, you know, you wash it, you sterilize it, or you scrub whatever it is you do.
Right.
And, you know,
they sanitize.
Yeah. You pay
well, they better be. Maybe they have a dog in the back that just licks everything off, and they're like, okay, that's clean.
I'd almost rather have that.
Okay, that's clean. Not my dog's mouth. No.
If I give my dogs... Yeah, no, my dogs are gross. They're all sniffing and they're licking things. Ugh. You know, butter's quite flexible. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's just leave it at that.
Jesus, man, I'm like, buddy, if you're gonna do that, you better go tuck yourself in a closet somewhere, man. Nobody wants to see all this. What are you doing?
Or hear it.
He's like, what?
Disgusting. Ugh.
You can't lick yourself? I'm like, no, I've tried.
You can't do this?
I can't.
What?
It's awesome.
All right, let's move
gross,
on.
Right? Nasty dogs.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we've covered some wonderful topics today. So yeah. So we're gonna try to get Aurelia on here.
Yeah, let's do it.
But that's coming. And the website. The website's almost ready.
Oh, yeah.
Did you like what I sent you?
Honestly, I saw it, but I was in the middle of something else, so I didn't really get into reading it. But I want to give it its proper attention, so I didn't want to just skim through it.
I'm fine.
I'm being honest.
Fine.
I'm not going to go, yeah, it looks good, and I didn't even read it. I mean, that's kind of a jerk thing to do.
Well, maybe you should just read it.
I would. If I wasn't busy doing it.
I thought it was decent, you know.
No, and I'm sure it's fine. I just haven't gotten a chance.
The first one I sent you, I was like, nah, no, this one's better. So when you get a minute,
I wrote and rewrote an email yesterday for about maybe 90 minutes.
Yeah,
it was a long email, and I wanted to make sure I had all the points and I had certain things I had to cover, but it also had to sound like it came from an intelligent person, and that was the hardest part. So
you had to pay me to write it for you.
No, I needed higher than that, you know. So no. I'm kidding.
Anyway.
No, you know, I figured it out. But I just wanted you ever write something, you go, okay, no, it doesn't make any sense, or
all the time.
And I was removing words from it, and it's the same formula we use for comedy. You use the fewest amount of words. That gets the point clearly across. Don't add a bunch of extra detail. Like,
yes,
who was it? One of those old time comics. They had that joke. take my wife, please. I mean, 4 words. Henny Youngman.
Yeah. Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah, I thought it was Henny Youngman. It was before Rodney Dangerfield. And this goes back to 1955.
Oh.
Damn. And then 1966 is another clip. So anyway.
You mean people were unhappy in marriages back then too? I'm just kidding. I'm not, but just throwing it out there that
I think
marital bliss is a myth. No. Especially when you're building a house. Anyway.
Married a long time. There's certain things that annoy you about the other person, but you tolerate it because you love them and you love everything else about them. Right. You know what I mean? So I call it a 70-30 rule, which I read somewhere. And if you get
mine's about 80-20.
Yes, that's fantastic. Mine's closer to 55-45, but still, as long as it's in the positive, right?
But who's counting?
But who's counting?
Let me get my calculator out. Am I really?
So last week I was talking about my wife, right, on stage.
Yeah.
And then I've been doing this thing lately where I do a little crowd work by just talking to a couple that I think can relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even if it's ridiculous, I try to get them to sign on to something ridiculous,
Okay.
And I go, I've been married 30 years. I love my wife. I go, but I don't like her. You know what I mean? And I go, dude, you know what I'm talking about, right? And he's like, no.
No. I am not your boy here.
So, and then she's looking at him, and I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you guys
be like, answer. Go ahead, answer.
So
see what I do to you.
But people, and in the example I gave, I'm like, listen, I don't know what's going on with all that loud ass chewing, but I need you to take that into the other room. And it's just little things like that just annoy you. So it's silly, but
well, it's real though.
You get it though.
My jaw pops just a little bit when I chew. And John, we'll be eating, and then he will just stop and just turn and look at me, and I'm like, what? What? What's wrong? And he goes, do you have to do that? And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, are you chomping your teeth together? And I go, oh, no, that's my jaw. Nothing I can do about it.
The hell's going on in there? Dude, it weirds me out just from a dental standpoint when I hear people do that with their jaws. I'm like, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound
grinding.
Healthy.
Oh, that makes my skin crawl. Don't grind your teeth. Oh, no.
It's making my jaw hurt just thinking about it. Speaking of jaw hurt, I woke up with a headache this morning. I fell asleep downstairs because I was drying some clothes.
Yeah.
I turned the TV on, and then next thing you know, I'm asleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much
and I feel heat, behind me. And I'm like, the hell is that? So I reach around, and Snickers had snuggled up behind my kneecaps. And I was dude, you are so hot. Why aren't you upstairs? What are you doing? And she's like, bro,
I'm just sleeping here.
They locked me out of the bedroom. The baby's in the crib. Mom's at work. You're it, buddy. There's 2 other dogs. Snuggle with them,
You're my last resort.
And it's. I'm glad she's doing it, but it kind of hurts that I am the last choice.
Yeah.
She's like,
it does suck.
It's either this or I gotta sleep by myself on the couch, and I'm not doing that. So.
Well, you know how the weather's been getting nicer. Well, John turns off the heat, and last night it was freaking cold. But so I'm laying on the couch watching TV, just like you. I fall asleep, blah blah blah. And Parker, he's such a sweetheart. All he wants to do is be around me. And he was sitting on the floor, just looking at me, and I was like, you know what? I'm cold right now. So yeah, Parker, come here. And he curled up behind my knees, and I kind of tucked my feet in a little bit. So he's laying on my toes too, so they're not cold. That's why you have a dog right there.
There you go. You know that band 3 Dog Night? Have we talked about this?
No.
But I remember reading an interview somewhere, and it said, how did you come up with the name 3 Dog Night? And the guy said they were on some trip, maybe New Zealand, maybe Australia. I don't know where the hell they were. Africa, And they were talking about how do you stay warm at night. And the guy from the village where they were at says, we rated about how many dogs you need to sleep with to stay warm. He goes,
Wow.
what's the coldest night? He goes, oh, that's a 3-dog night.
Wow, that's cool.
And I was like, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's cool as shit, though.
You got
But
one
I can see
here,
it.
one here,
Boom,
and
boom,
one
boom.
here. Yeah.
And one under your head.
You got like your body's a zigzag. And you got dog here, dog here, dog here. Done.
Yeah.
One for the toes,
with
one for the back of the knees, and cuddle right here.
There you go. I worked with
That's
a lady.
interesting.
She had 2 or 3 little dogs, and she said she would have to move them to turn.
Yes.
One would, just like you said, one's behind the knees, one's in here, and she'd have to flip them and move them around. I mean, that's too much damn work, bro. But they were little cuddle balls, So
yes.
Well,
man, Polly, before she passed away, we would like spoon. I would be on my side. I'm a side sleeper, and she would be like right here, and I would just put my arm around her and pull her in tight. She slept like that all night long. Parker, he won't do it for more than like 5 minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done." Jerk. Anyway, I miss my girl. Anyway,
yeah, I know. We lost our boy last year, and that sucked. It still sucks. Let's leave on a high note.
Yeah.
A friend of mine named Dan Mangini, his special just got recorded for Dry Bar Comedy.
Is he Italian?
I believe so. Yeah. And real interesting dude. He's a slender guy, and he has like this sort of like detective kind of cool guy look. He's real slender.
Yeah.
You can tell he's just thinking, right? And hilarious and clean. And he does
Yeah.
a bit about how dog is a man's best friend. He goes, I had a dog and he lasted my whole life or whatever. And he goes, like if he saw a bag of dog food, he'd be like, we're getting a dog? He goes, he ate what I ate, And and he's talking about how he goes, listen, I had to pee for the last 4 hours, but we're laying in bed, and this is the best thing in the world, and I'll just wait till we get up, and we'll go to the dog park tomorrow. And he's just talking about how awesome dogs are, and and my wife goes, I like that guy because she's an animal lover.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
and so she always talks about him, and I think she saw him once, maybe 10 years ago, and she still talks about him. So just because of his material, But anyway, on that note. Hug your pets and your kids and your loved ones because life is short. And have a great weekend, guys. Episode, what was
128.
this?
128.
128.
Yeah.
Not Prime.
No, definitely not Prime.
No. So, but the house is under construction. Everything's good. Everything's going well.
We haven't broken ground yet. We were waiting on the loan to go through, so that's done. I got to talk to my builder and find out what his time frame is, and then we'll hit. So
we're about to go then, but everything looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck with that, man. I'm excited. I got to come visit.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
We got a guest room. Not yet though.
Well, not yet. Right now it's it's a patch of grass.
It's imaginary. Yes.
They got you.
Bring a tent.
All right. Well, good luck with that camper, dude, because that sounds like it's going to be a project.
An adventure. Let's just put it that way. An adventure.
Better you than me, son. Better you than me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Cool. So we are available for sponsorships, and we have our CE course, Ninjas Don't Cry, and neither do hygienists. So if you're interested in providing an awesome CE course for whatever you're having, whether it's a big to do, a little to do, it doesn't matter. We can work something out. Call us 256-74-FLOSS. We've got an email address, offyourflosster@gmail.com, and we are almost ready for our website to be completely live, and you can contact us through there too. And that'll be offyourflosser.com.
Or any of the social media platforms.
Oh, yeah. We're on everything.
Facebook, specifically.
Instagram, TikTok, yes, all of those. Yep.
But if not, we'll see you guys in Miami, some of y'all, and please come and say hi.
Sweet.
Sandra,
and
have a great weekend.
Go floss yourselves.
Go floss yourselves. Of course, that was coming. You knew that was coming. All right. Take care. Be good.
Bye.